Yeah, we def gonna catch him now after that. Oh boy. Alright. Matsushita Diner. Gotta let Mayumi know. Oops, forgot to hit the play button. The place was silent. It was so quiet, I felt like I could hear the floating dust. I stepped inside. I thought it was empty, but I saw a shadow in the corner of my eye. It was Mayumi. It was like watching a decaying old tree cling pathetically to earth. Oh, man. A lucky cat statue. I'm sorry to interrupt. Yeah, I didn't think that was gonna get me anywhere. Maybe she'll talk about Ota? What if I open with, do you want to talk about it?
This is your fault.
What?
I heard from the police. Because you didn't take care of Iris.
They tased
My boy
me.
Ota got involved.
Ota tased Date.
I looked into the investigation report. Mayumi confirmed Ota's body early this morning.
I see.
I'm sorry. I want to be alone right now.
Date
Did you not hear
tased
me?
me, yo.
I said leave!
Probably for the best anyway.
Date, let's go. She is in no state to talk.
No.
Yeah, you're right.
Alright. Back to Abyss. Ooh. This got heavy. Alright, turn to the boss's office to report. But I didn't see her anywhere.
Where did she go?
Well, she isn't always here, correct?
True.
I sat down in my usual seat and decided to wait for boss. ...
What are you doing?
I thought it would be easier to talk like this.
What do we have to talk about?
A summary of the investigation, perhaps?
What summary? We don't have anything new.
That's not true.
Huh?
I was curious, so I did some research.
Okay.
About number 89.
Thank you. Oh, go on. What's his real name?
Unknown.
You don't know?
No such person is listed in the family registry. It is possible he is a foreigner, but his nationality is unknown. However, I believe it is safe to say that he was born and raised in Japan.
What about the new Cyclops killing with
Pewter
him?
claims that there were two culprits behind the original serial killings. One was the former chairman of the Kumakuras, Rohan Kumakura.
But Rohan committed suicide last year.
That leaves one culprit still alive, number 89.
But he's in jail.
But number 89 couldn't possibly have committed these crimes. He was in jail when each of the murders occurred.
Correct. However, I do not believe it is accurate to claim that he had nothing to do with the incident.
I know who killed Shogun Adami.
He knows who it
If
is.
he was telling the truth, his involvement is possible.
Alright, who is number 89?
As you know, he is an assassin with multiple confirmed kills.
At least 4.
He is currently serving a sentence at Fuchu
I guess
Prison.
5, because he has the
He was imprisoned 6 years ago.
kill when he was 12.
That's what Pewter told us.
After his 4th murder, he was arrested by the police.
Oh. But the way they word that means that he committed the very first one. The very first Cyclops killing at the age of 12. Which is 6 years ago, which also happens to be when Iris was that young. Does he know Iris somehow? Or was like a classmate with her?
Unknown. I cannot determine if they have any connection. Approximately 1 month ago, Hitomi Sagan witnessed Shoko in Fuchu Prison's waiting room. I am unable to say for certain that the person she was there to visit was number 89.
Yeah, it could honestly be anyone.
After all, Fuchu Prison houses 2,000 inmates.
But number 89 knew Shoko's name.
I know who killed Shoko Nadami.
I think we should be able to go talk to number 89.
That must mean that he knew her somehow.
It is possible.
Let's talk to number 89. Hell yeah.
Let's talk to number 89.
All right. However, we need not go to him. We can bring him to us. If we plan on syncing with him, it would be more efficient.
Can you arrange that?
I can.
Why would we sync with him instead of talking to him? To be brought to the HQ. I don't think that's a good idea. But for some reason, Boss never showed up. Is Boss the next victim? Oh, please don't kill Boss. Come on. They really don't want to show his face, do they? Let's
Sorry to
interrogate.
interrupt your busy day, but I need you to tell me something. I'd appreciate your cooperation.
What's your name?
Number 89.
Your real name.
I don't remember.
What do you mean you don't remember? You're the original Cyclops killer, right?
That's right. I was one of the culprits behind the case 6 years ago. One of the 2 Cyclops killers.
Wasn't he compliant? Where are you from?
Burkina Faso.
Burkina Faso is a republic in West Africa. Population 17 million.
I don't have time for your jokes.
Do you know Shoko Nadami?
Yeah, I guess I do.
About a month ago, Shoko visited Fuchu Prison. Was she there to see you?
That's right.
What did you talk about?
Nothing special.
You're in no position to lie.
I'm not lying. She didn't come to hear me talk.
Then why did she come?
To meet me.
Meet you?
She probably just wanted to see me.
Why? What the hell? When'd you meet her first time?
A long time ago. I don't remember exactly when.
What's your relationship to her?
A physical one.
Whoa.
I'm kidding. She was just a business partner.
Who killed her?
Alright, let's get right down to it. 2 days ago, you called Investigation HQ and said, I know who killed Shoko Nadami.
That's right.
Who?
Hey, don't be so hasty. We haven't agreed on a deal. You're gonna let me out of prison, right?
It's done. You've got a deal.
I don't
Alright.
believe that.
But to explain it properly, I need to tell you a story. It might take some time. Is that alright with you?
I've got nothing but time.
Hell yeah, Dante.
Then let's get started. The story of a lonely assassin. Once upon a time, there was a detective, full of righteous justice. Let's call him F. F found the evils of the world intolerable. F had no parents, no siblings, and grew up in an orphanage since he was born.
Poor
He
guy.
suffered every kind of abuse imaginable there. It led him to despise all the evils of the world. One day, F was chasing a thug down at the harbor.
Why does
Someone
F
wanted
look
for
like
the
him?
assault and murder of women.
Okay, I get it. I'll just throw down my knife. Here. And you lower your gun. It's fine. I got nothing else on me. I'll go quietly. You know, I have a history with hospitals. I've been going to a special hospital for a while. Even if I get caught, it's all good. I'll come right back out again. What should I do next time? Just thinking about it gets me excited.
What a creep. Oh. Damn. He said he's a detective, right? It was a detective? Yep.
The
Alright.
culprit was unarmed, but F never served a day in prison. The case went to trial for some time, but it was determined to be self-defense, and he was declared innocent. If the truth got out, it would be a huge scandal for the police.
Yikes.
People at the
Yeah,
upper
well,
level were terrified of what might happen, so they had evidence fabricated. F wasn't suspended or disciplined at all. After a while, he returned to his job like nothing happened.
Yeah, but that's not justice, F.
That was a turning point for him. He was ready to shed the morality that was weighing him down, holding him back. F still wanted justice, and he was willing to dispense it to the immoral one by one. He became an assassin, a lone gunman, no agent, no employer. He was his own man. F believed that he was judge, jury, and executioner, but it didn't last long. One day, F got rid of a criminal we'll call X. X was responsible for defrauding and killing an innocent old man for his life insurance policy. Turns out, X had connections. Someone wasn't happy that he died.
Probably
Rohan
Yakuza.
Kumakura, chairman of the Kumakuras.
Yep.
X was a top executive of the Kumakuras at the time. Rohan ordered his men to find and kidnap F.
Alright.
I've done some research. I know you've cleaned up at least 18 pieces of scum from this earth. But somehow there hasn't been a single criminal investigation. They're all treated as suicides, accidents, or natural causes. Amazing work. I'm impressed. How about you work for us? Of course, you have the right to say
Yeah,
no,
prove your justice by working for a gang.
but it'll be the last word out of your mouth.
F was trapped. Even if he somehow survived, he would be looking over his shoulder for the rest of his life. He had no choice but to take Rohan's offer. Thus, F's self-employment came to an end.
That's the
He
warehouse
became a
from
hired gun
Iris's
of the Kumakuras.
subconscious.
Rohan even gave him a code name, Falco, named for the falcon, a bird of prey.
Falcon Punch.
Falco didn't quit his job as a police officer, though. He worked as a detective by day, assassin by night, at the will of the organization. An ordinary killer would need motive to take a life, but not Falco. He did as he was told, one target after another. It didn't take long to destroy his heart completely.
Yeah, but not.
Time passed, and a few years back, Falco, who by this time was exhausted in body and spirit, made a fatal mistake. He missed his mark and ended up taking a bullet to the stomach. Somehow, he managed to escape. After reaching a nearby shrine, his legs finally gave out under him. He had no strength left. He put his back up against the shrine and let out a moaning breath that he thought might be his last. But at that moment,
Shoko.
in his darkening vision, he saw a woman approach him. He watched her take out her phone and dial for help. At the same time, he heard footsteps. Footsteps of at least 2 people closing in. He knew immediately that they were after him. He sprung into action, grabbing the woman and pulling her close, kissing her to keep her from talking. That was the first encounter between Falco and the woman. She was a teacher at some school. It was like she was from a totally different world than him. Listening to her talk,
Hitomi.
he would forget everything about his line of work.
Hitomi. Which means say he's Iris's father. Or was at least the man in the picture, right?
She was his only contact with the ordinary, mundane world. They met in secret a few more times, and Falco felt his heart grow warmer. Her smile and kindness were like a cold glass of water for Falco's parched heart. Falco started to become himself again. His former self. He swore on his life that from then on, he would live for her.
So that has to be Hitomi.
So, you want to go clean? Fine. Do as you please. You've done a lot for us. But there is one last thing. One final job I want you to do for me. It's nothing major. This woman and her daughter. I need you to dispose of them. Should be simple, no?
Rohan handed Falco a picture of a woman and a girl. It was the teacher Falco met at the shrine.
Yeah.
And her daughter. She had just turned 12.
Iris.
Why the 2 of them? Rohan, as usual, never gave a reason. And Falco had no intention of carrying out the kill. But if he didn't, he knew that someone else would. He thought long and hard. How was he going to keep them safe and get out of the life of crime? He couldn't find an answer, no matter how hard he thought.
Yeah.
He was backed into a corner. So, he decided to call on an old friend for help. And then...
Silence. For some reason, he wouldn't open his mouth again. Come on, why'd you stop?
Why did you stop?
Full silence.
You mentioned a detective.
What an asshole, come on.
Was that the whole story?
He probably wants to be free first or something.
What's the connection between that and Shoko?
God damn it, answer me.
Hey, answer me.
This is a transaction, remember?
Yep. He wants to be free.
Until I get a guarantee that you'll uphold your end of the bargain, I'm not telling you anything else. I'll give you half up front, half later. If you want to hear the rest of my story, you better start the release procedures. Once they've cleared, I'll tell you everything.
Don't know why Date expected anything
Date,
else.
it is unlikely that number 89 will uphold his promise, even upon release.
Pewter,
Yes?
start the preparations.
For what?
What do you think? the sink.
We're diving. I do not want to see this guy's subconscious.
I have injected number 89 with the usual dosage. He will not
Oh
be
boy.
waking up anytime soon. Are you ready, Agent Date?
Yeah,
The time limit is 6 minutes.
I know.
Then let's begin.
Let's do this. I just hope it's not worse than Iris's Somnium